I'm Dr. Justin Baker, one part of the whole team here at Trinity Sports Medicine Performance Center. We're very excited to offer you specialized and unique options for both your orthopedic injuries and wellness treatment.
If you're hurt, go see Dr. Baker at Trinity Sports Medicine.
When you're injured, you need a team of professionals who can get you back to your game. At Trinity Sports Medicine and Performance Center, Dr. Scarpone, Snell, and Orlowski are committed to treating you effectively so you can return quickly and safely back to the activities you enjoy. Trinity Sports Medicine.
Hey, Mike Mathison, Matthew Peaslee, back from his nuptials.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Star Sportscast. How was the honeymoon?
Nice. Fun. Cool.
Zip lining?
Decent. Yeah.
Decent? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Balloon ride over the Rockies?
Yeah. With champagne.
With champagne.
A toast.
A toast. How much fun was the zip line?
It was unbelievable. Like, I've been on roller coasters. I've been on a swing set. But this was not even a combination of the two, obviously. But
yeah.
It was a blast because you're going 60 miles per hour through wooded wilderness. And
how far of a zip line was it?
The one lasted, you're on this thing for 2.5 minutes. That's a pretty long freaking line.
That's a long one.
At first I'm wondering, how do they nail it into the ground so it's sturdy? And how do they extend something that long? It was not a mile long, but a good distance. Kilometers or meters or something like that.
Look, by the way, you going to wear any superhero masks today?
No, I think
Garrison took him?
Garrison took them all.
Right.
I've been looking for him. Yeah, no, I don't see
well,
him.
since you're married, he's still looking for a date, so you're not anymore, so
Yeah.
we're good at there. All right, week 7. Wow, 7, really? Week 7 of high school football.
Feels like
fastest 10 weeks.
We just got
of
done
your
with
life.
the preview edition.
I know, we just had our first meeting in June about the football preview, and here it is week 7. Battle of the Bridge, Steubenville Big Red at Brooke High School. Brooke is 10th in the Class AAA rankings in West Virginia. Steubenville Big Red, number 1, Division 4 in the state. Associated Press, number 2 in Region 13. Big Red 6-0, Brooks 4-2, Brooks won 4 in a row. Of course, this is Brooks' Game 7, 5th state-ranked team they faced, but the toughest state-ranked team they faced.
Yeah,
they faced.
Both teams coming off big wins.
How about they just beat up your Ursuline?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all. But again, that's
tells you
a
how
huge
good Big Red
statement.
is, yeah.
And this is what was really telling. Kimani Johnson, Ursuline's running back, had 100 yards in every game he played so far. Big Red limited him to 25 yards.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, the defense was tough by forcing a fumble on the very first play, recovering it, punching it in the end zone. So they made a statement early, held on for the entirety. It wasn't even a ball game. They dominated from start to finish. And it's going to be another test this week, but I think Big Red wins this one again to roll to 7-0.
I see Brooke. I was at Brook Creek last week. Brooke had a nice goal line stand. Creek had 3rd and goal on the 1, 4th and goal on the 1. Brooke stopped him, hold on to a 14-7 victory. It wasn't the prettiest win in the world, as Coach Mac McClain said. But look, that's why in high school, it's just, did you win or lose? There's no style points in high school. Yeah. Unlike college football, where style points matter, if you're in the top 10, no style points. So a win's a win. And the Brooks in the playoff hunt for the first time in, I think, 4 years. So,
yep. And
Mac said one of the biggest reasons for this turnaround is because his seniors just are tired of losing, point blank.
Yep. And he's been with the team for 2 years
This is the second year, yeah.
So he can more stability than what they've had in the past in recent years. So it's good to see the program coming around again.
All right, we have at Kettlewell Stadium 2-4, Martins Ferry at 4-2, Indian Creek. Indian Creek is coming off back-to-back losses at St. Clairsville and to Brooke. Ferry opened the season with a win over Buckeye last week, beat East Liverpool and lost 4 in the middle. So they're 2-4. This is a huge game for Indian Creek because they're 11th in the Region 13 standings. It's a big points game. And one thing about Creek last week, Greg Wade was injured. Jabari Taylor had an ankle, so Chris Major pretty much owned the quarterback slot. He threw for 142, ran for 75, and I thought he did a wonderful job directing the Creek offense. I'm not sure if Wade is available. I have no idea because he was smacked pretty good. Sam Robinson went down, and I don't know about Jabari, but I'm guessing Chris Major may get the majority of snaps behind center Friday night also.
And obviously he had that last week and did a pretty good job with it, on running the ball and throwing the ball.
Yeah, nice job.
Obviously, when you missed those two big guys with injuries, they fumbled 5 times, lost 3 of them. You can't do that again.
You can't turn the ball over like they have.
And Martins Ferry had a big comeback game. Obviously, you said losing 4 in a row. They put up 450 yards of offense, 300 on the ground. So, again, they're going to be fired up coming into this one. It's good that Creek's back home to avenge that last loss. So, I'm looking forward to an exciting game. And whoever wins this game could be looking good in Buckeye standings, too.
Buckeye standings, and also the fact that it's just, like I said, big points game. Steubenville Catholic Central is 2-4. They're ranked 18th in Division 6, Region 21. Then they have a big in-region game as you go to 5-1 Barnesville, who's 8th in the region, same region. They're 5-1. Steubenville Central's off a 40-14 win at Bel Air last week. And look, they're 2-4. I think they have a chance to run the table. Personally, to finish 6-4, you finish 6-4. Who knows what can happen? Tony Borp threw for like 448 or whatever it was, and they ran the ball well. They did a nice job of stopping Blair's offense. I think if Coach Davies does a nice job of keeping the Central kids focused on the job at hand, I kind of like their chances Friday night.
Barnesville's 5-1, so it's not like they're going in and
no, I understand that.
Taking somebody tough. They got an equally good quarterback. I was looking up. Matt Burkhart's had a good year. Efficient, too. 7 for 11 passing last week, almost 200 yards. So it's probably going to be an air raid offense out there for both teams, Central and Barnesville. But would like to see Central obviously win this one and things are turning around pretty well for them.
Yeah, because
this would be another statement made win because both teams could be wanting knocking on the playoff door, and this game will put one of those teams up there.
Central 18th. They have, like I said, they go 5-0 down the stretch, and they finish 6-4. They have a good chance. They have a chance to make the playoffs. We have 2 homecoming games this week. First one, 1-5 Edison goes to 5-1 Harrison Central. Harrison's off just getting it handed to them by St. C last week, 45-6. I talked to Kropp, and he said it wasn't the worst game in his 11-year career at Harrison Central, but it wasn't. It was in the top 5, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. You know, he thinks that the moment got to his kids a little bit. You know, the number 5 team in the state in Division 5 going against a team that was number 5 in Division 4. And they made their fair share of mistakes. Right now, they're 9th in Division 5 in the state. They're 3rd in Region 17. Edison's coming off just a heartbreaker at Oak Glen. Edison's 1-5. I talked to Stick. He said, you know, they've pretty much been in every game. They just haven't found a way to finish. And he says, we'll have opportunities Friday night, too. Maybe not as many opportunities as we had last week, but we still got to take advantage of the opportunities given.
Hopefully they can make a statement early, too. It seems like in a lot of their games they've been in them, but they've scored late and made it a game late. I think they didn't score in the first half last week. So that's the key, to get confidence early, score early for Edison, and, go into a rough crowd there at Harrison Central homecoming night and try to make a statement early. Edison side, Glen for them had over 100 yards rushing last week, and Harrison had some injuries with Stenson and Mitchell a little banged up. So both teams, this is a comeback game for them.
This is a comeback game. Let's see. The other homecoming games at Buckeye Local were 2-4. Beaver Local goes to 0-6 Buckeye. Buckeye obviously has had a rough season. Beaver comes in at 2-4. Here's their chance.
Yeah, Buckeye, tough for them. They've had injuries all year.
Yes.
Consistent play out of their quarterback, Jared Moore, who's improved each year. It looks like he's had over 100 yards throwing last week. Beavers 2-4, but they're 2-0 in Buckeye.
And they run the ball and run the ball and run the ball.
Yeah.
Toronto takes their 5-1 record down to Payton City, who's 1-4. Toronto's coming off a pretty easy win over Ashtabula St. John and Paul after a 14-9 loss at Shadyside. They go to a Payton City team that lost last week to Cameron. Toronto should just get business over with early. Obviously easier said than done. They're on the road, but I don't see Toronto having...
No, they scored 28 points in the first quarter last week and obviously held on. So they got to do that again this week. Score early, often, and hold on. You had Blaze Glen last week run for a touchdown, pick up a fumble, run it for a touchdown, and a punt return for a touchdown. So that's 3 ways to do it.
So he just needs to throw one and catch one.
Yeah.
There you go.
And kick a field goal maybe here or there. Get some more points too.
Get that done. Let's see. There's by the way, the Steubenville Brooke game starts at 7:30. 2 other 7:30 games. Oak Glen coming off the 31-27 win against Edison. They're now 2-4 and have a chance to go 6-4. Have a chance. They go to Liverpool coming off a loss at Ferry, and Oak Glen, obviously Dakota Price, we all know, but Lance Collins does a nice job quarterbacking. was it Crago, Kyle Perez, and they've just done a wonderful job getting the ball to all their playmakers. And they, like I said, they have a chance to finish 5-5, 6-4. Nothing wrong with that chance.
Yeah, and a lot better than what they've done in years past. And it's kind of nice to get that program turned around too. Like you said, Lance Collins 14-20 last week for almost 200 yards passing. So that's an awesome day. And
they went on a 97-yard drive, 96-yard drive to win it. With Dakota Price going in from a yard out with 18 seconds to go. So nice win, nice win last week by the Golden Bears. Big, huge game in New Martinsville as Weir High Red Riders at 5-1 take their 10th ranking in Class AA down to Magnolia, who is 4th in Class A. Magnolia's allowed a whopping 33 points so far this year, so obviously defense is pretty good. They're playing on the grass. Weir had a nice win last week at Union Local. It was 0-0 after 3 quarters. They scored 21 in the 4th. This is massive points game for both teams, obviously. And if Weir High wants to host a home playoff game, in the first round of Class AAA playoffs, this is kind of that must-win if you're going to host a playoff game.
Yeah, Magnolia has 3 shutouts on the year too.
Yes,
to solid teams: Monroe Central, Greenbrier West, who has made it to the state finals before, and Shadyside this year. So this is it's going to be fun, and
it's just a big game. Weir High's defense has played better the last 3 weeks. They've given up, I think, 19 points in 3 games. They got 2 shutouts, gave up 19 to Liberty Harrison, and obviously that offense is going to. Weir High's defense is going to be tested big time against Magnolia, and with Cam Davis and Donovan Spencer and Whip and Cody Henrietti and the new kid Grant Kerrigan and Donovan Spencer and those guys, they obviously have a chance to really threaten Magnolia offensively. It's just going to be a good game.
Yeah. And last week, obviously, they took them a while to get on the board, but it would be nice to get on the board early so they can set up the table for the rest of the games. So.
I watched that game last year when Magnolia came to Weir High. Magnolia struggled a little bit, and they scored late, but then Weir High came back to beat them late. I just expect a good old-fashioned knockdown, drag-out.
Knockdown,
drag-out, fight, war,
whatever you drag down and knock out?
God, you're a mess, seriously. There are no Saturday games this week, so which means you're going to WU. Seriously, 7 o'clock game?
Night games in Morgantown. That's nothing better.
No drinking for you.
Yeah, no celebrating in the press box, no drinking in the press box.
Celebrating in the press box. You have work to do.
Yeah. Mastermind.
By the way, you've been married now, 2 weeks?
Yeah, so it's all downhill from here.
And your wife took the week off. She couldn't stand looking at you anymore, so she had to go to Albany?
Yeah, she's out of here. 8 hours to Albany, New York. But here's what I was ticked off about. I might throw in the towel on this. I told her one simple thing. I said, get me a Albany Times-Union newspaper. She said, how do you know it's called a Times-Union newspaper? I said, because I'm a dork. And I know that. And what'd she come home with? No Albany Times.
Oh!
So I got ammunition next time I forget the flour or something from the grocery store.
He's got backup ammo. Remember 7 years ago, you forgot an Albany what?
Times-Union
newspaper. So I get a get out of jail free card.
Yes, that's it. That's my get out of jail.
2 weeks in, he's already got a get out of jail free card.
So I remember everything. I don't.
You remember everything?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Our anniversary was.
Uh-oh.
Just the point is, I remember.